How's it going? Master Duel Central. Feels good to be back, and by back I mean back on the sprites. I'm playing some Sprite today. I forgot to change my accessories. I'll do that after. But yeah, we finally have Sprint in the game, and unlike in TCG, we actually get to play with Sprint as well as Elf. And man, Sprint is so broken. Pretty straightforward what you want to do with it. You want to send a Nimble Angler. You're going to send a Nimble Angler. Nimble Angler effect in the grave is going to special summon 2 Nimble Beavers from your deck. And if you ever draw Nimble Beaver, what you can do is, the reason we're running 2 Nimble Anglers, because you can summon Nimble Beaver effect, you can special an Angler from your deck, and then, you know, you can do like your Sprite, your regular Sprite stuff, and later down the line, if you want to use the effect of Sprint to send the Angler to the grave, you can still have 2 Beavers in the deck, so you can special summon them, and, you know, just get a bunch of advantage. This makes it really easy for this deck to OTK even without the Gamma Burst, which is really nice. And honestly, this deck is just really amazing right now. Really consistent. Even with the loss of Sprite Blue, the ability to use Sprint really helps the deck shine and makes it even more consistent despite losing 1 copy of blue. So I really like it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. What we're going to do is we're going to have a good replay. We're going to have some live gameplay. Going to do the card by card at the end of the video. And before we get into all of that, I do want to ask you guys to like the video. I'm going to try to ask this a bit more often because it helps the channel a lot and it really takes no effort. So if you guys can just take that 1 second, hit that like button to help me out, I would really appreciate it. And without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so since we're 1 win away from getting to diamond rank, I'm actually going to start with the live gameplay and then we'll do the replay after. I want to thank you because the reason I haven't really made any content in the last week is because I actually was able to get a new computer thanks to all of your guys' support, and it's a massive upgrade for me. Hopefully it's going to make it so I can post more videos because now I can have more softwares open at the same time. I can have like my Photoshop, my video editing software, and all my stuff can be open at the same time on this new computer. It's a huge upgrade. My computer that I had before was like equivalent to like a PS4 from like 2014. So yeah, it's a pretty huge change for me. I really appreciate all the support you guys have shown the channel. So yeah, anyway, without further ado, let's get into this rank up game. Let's get that W and show them what we're made of. So let's see here. Let's see what we get. Also, I forgot to change my field. Cringe. Okay, the hand is actually pretty damn good. Pretty damn good hand for going second here. Got a lot of good things here. Obviously, Nimble Angler in hand is not the best, but it's playable at least. They're going to go Pot of Prosperity here. For how many? For how many? If they go for 6, I'm just going to ash it. Okay, they're going for 6. Yeah, we're just going to ash it. I don't like using my ash on Pot of Prosperity, but like low-key, Pot of Prosperity is even better than Pot of Greed. Like the effect of digging through 6 to pick 1, I think is better than just drawing 2. It's actually just too good. In 6 cards, man, you can get a lot of good things. Okay, so they're playing this kind of deck. We're so well prepared for this. This is going to be an awful showcase of the deck. We're going to have to do another showcase because we're a little too well prepared for this. Let's go for battle phase here. Yeah, evenly matched just sweeps this. All right. Unless they have maybe like a Solemn Judgment, in which case I guess it doesn't sweep. We'll just have to see what they have. But if they don't have a Solemn Judgment for this, we just kind of win here. Oh, they do. Okay. So they have it. They have it. All right. Pretty good. In that case, yeah. It's going to be a little harder. Still playable. Ryo, we're just going to negate with the Imperm so that they don't negate the summon of red. So yeah, let's go Nimble. Well, we'll just start with the Imperm. Got to start with the Imperm here. So we'll go Imperm on the Ryo. See how they feel about it. They're going to go for Macrocosmos. We can actually play pretty well on their Macrocosmos. I was even running Dimensional Shifter in Sprite for a while. Obviously, we won't be able to use Sprint, so it makes this showcase pretty useless. But that's why we do the replays after, right? So it is what it is. We're going to go for Nimble Angler first. And we're going to try to bait this out. I don't know what it is, so we're going to see if we can bait that out. Special red. We definitely don't want to use our graveyard, so we might want to just go for Gigantic and just summon a bunch of Sprite cards. Yeah, that's probably the play, honestly. Part of me wants to keep the starter there. Nah, it's fine. Yeah, let's just use these 2. Make ourselves a Gigantic. We can put it in defense position, I suppose. We're just going to be specialing a bunch of monsters here. We're probably just going to play with Sprite. Yeah, let's lose the Nimble Angler, I suppose. And yeah, we'll just go for it. Special blue. We already have starter in hand and we didn't even use it yet, so we can go special blue. I should have probably put it in defense position, but you know, it happens. Get the jet here. Get the jet. Special the jet. Okay, so what we could do, we could actually get smashers here to get rid of this, and then we could further extend. I think it's a little bit risky. It's a little bit greedy. I kind of like the play, but yeah, it's a bit greedy. I'll go for it, but, you know, maybe it's not exactly optimal because we do have to lose this starter to do that. So yeah, we'll banish the starter. Then we can banish... We'll banish probably the Gigantic since we already used it. We can banish Gigantic and their Macrocosmos. And hopefully this is not just another copy of Macrocosmos, because if it is, then I'll feel real dumb. Okay, there we go. Now, normally I would want to go Sprite Elf here, but since we're kind of on the back burner, we're actually going to go for Sprint, because Sprint is 2 extra bodies on the field. Sprint basically goes +2 in Sprite, because you summon Sprint. Well, I guess technically not +2, because you're using 2 monsters to make it, so it's +1. Yeah, unless they negate Sprint. If they negate the summon of Sprint, I might have messed up tremendously here. Actually, like, what if this is another Solemn, right? It has to be, because I didn't get my summon effect. That has to be a Solemn. Oh, okay, they're using Ryo. Ryo's negated. That was a bad move, buddy. You just minus yourself. I guess we did get to go +2 in that case. So yeah, we just send the Nimble Angler to the grave here. Nimble Angler effect. And we get to special summon 2 Nimble Beavers from the deck. Just like that. Yeah. I mean, we could go like Melfi of the Forest, get our Omni Negate, and then they're like on 2 cards versus an Omni Negate. Yeah, we'll go for Elf. We'll go for Elf just to build more advantage down the line, to have more follow-up. We can go for Elf. Right now we can bring back Red with the Elf. Yeah, we'll bring back the Red with the Elf right now. And then on our opponent's turn, we can bring back Blue, get a little bit of advantage, you know. Nice and simple. Gigantic is useless right now. Let's just go for that. I'm guessing this trap is kind of dead on arrival here. But yeah. Also, if anything gets special summoned, we can bounce a monster. So, I don't know what the interaction would be with Ryo here. If Ryo would... I guess Ryo would trigger before the sprint. Before the end of the main phase. Ooh. Are they about... Maybe this wasn't evenly because I didn't go for battle last turn. Maybe they were holding on to their own evenly. In that case, I mean, if it's evenly, we just kind of have to, eat it and keep the elf here. Kind of just have to eat it. Yeah, it's fine. It's not a big deal. They're on 1 card now because oh, it's Eater of Millions. Oh well. Now we know we have nothing to worry about. All right, grab the Sprite Blue and call it a day, huh? That's pretty good. I like it. I like to see it. I like to see it. All right, so Sprite Blue effect here. And we're going to grab just another Jet, I suppose. Why do people even play decks like this? Like, this seems so bad. I mean, I guess I had a good hand for it, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem very good. We can special Jet here. Jet effect. Grab another starter. Yeah, this is, like, pretty unwinnable for my opponent, I would say. Sprite starter. We'll grab Blue, since we didn't use it this turn. Blue effect. This card does nothing, right? We just banish it with Onibimaru and go for game. Special red. Well, bring red to the hand and then special red. Yeah, no, that card pretty much does nothing. All right. Cool. Use these 2, make ourselves an Onibimaru. And that's why you run Onibimaru, to close out games. So summon out the Onibimaru. Very nice. And yeah, I mean, my opponent can't really do anything. I don't know why they didn't scoop yet. Honestly, they're BMing by not scooping here. Like, seriously, bro, just scoop. Jeez. Like, bruh. Okay. I'll just use this just to BM even more since this guy's BMing by sticking around. And, yeah, okay. Thank you. Weird game. Not a great showcase. not the best showcase. Let's try to get a real game. All right, so we finally got a coin flip in Diamond. Maybe we'll be able to go ahead and show the full combo. If I can show the full combo, that would be ideal. Okay. This is a good hand. It's a very basic Sprite hand, but it's very playable. Yeah, we're just going to normal Jet here. We're just going to normal Jet. Oh, thank goodness we have Ash here. If we didn't have Ash, we'd be losing. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if my opponent just scooped to Ash here. Okay, cool. So we get to play. We get to play. That's good. We will get to play here. So we're going to special out the Blue. And maybe they have an Ash too. I mean, we had Ash Maxi. Maybe they have everything we have. Maybe we have the same hand. Okay, no Ash so far. That's good. I'm going to grab, I would say, I'm going to grab a Carrot. Imperm is really popular right now, so I'm going to go for Carrot. Yeah, let's special out the Carrot here. All right. Yeah. Then we can make ourselves, I mean, we could just go for the Gigantic, honestly. Let's just get locked here. No reason not to. Yeah, let's just go Gigantic. The one thing I don't like about going Gigantic here is, If I get impermed, like, I can't even stop it. Even though I have carrot, I can't stop it. Okay, that's good. That goes through, so at least if our opponent, well, our opponent's probably not on tier, or if they are, it's like too late for them to do tier stuff anyway. Yeah, next up here, we're gonna do ourselves a Swap Frog. Swappy boy. Swap Frog effect, obviously. Send the Ronin Toad in. Okay, so from here, we're pretty much chilling. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make ourselves an elf. Bring back the Swap Frog, you know. And then we can go into Sprint to get those 2 free bodies from the deck by sending the Angler. So use these 2 here. Make ourselves an elf. Alright. Elf effect. Bring back the Swappy boy. Ah. Yeah, I mean, I definitely have to carrot that. We need that Swap Frog to, like, keep playing here. Technically. Well, I mean, we don't really. We could have just went Sprint. Destroyed. I mean, sure. We could have just went Sprint, but I actually think getting that Swap Frog just to get another Swap Frog in the grave for an extra summon of Ronin Toadin is going to be more valuable down the line. So, yeah, we'll send a Swap Frog to the grave here. Okay, now with these 2... Well, actually, we could even keep... Well, we don't really need to keep the carrot around, but we could keep it around if we wanted to. Let's go, like, Ronin Toadin here. Banishing a swap. Get this out here. Then using these 2, we can go Sprint. And we're basically just going to have, like, the standard, like, Melfi Sprite board, except without Elf. That was just a good imperm, honestly. Just a good imperm. Yeah, so here we can send the Angler to the grave. Angler effect. And you guys can kind of see how much gas just the Sprint adds. So with these 2 cards here, we can make ourselves a Melfi of the Forest. Sadly, not untargetable. We'll grab a Caddy. Yup. And, I mean, we just go Ronin Toadin after that and make ourselves an IP Masquerena. So, I'm debating whether I want to keep... Basically, what we could do here is we could either keep the carrot, and if we keep the carrot, well, you know, we could potentially get a Spell and Trap Negate next turn, but we don't have Elf, so we would have to lose either our IP or our Sprint to do that, or our Caddy. Otherwise, what we could do is we could keep this on the field so that we still have the bounce effect of Sprint as well as the ability to do the IP Masquerena stuff after. So I think we're actually going to go for that line. We're going to keep the XCs around. If you guys don't know, basically Sprint has a second effect where if another monster is special summoned while this card is on the field, you can detach a material from the XCs monster you control, i.e. the Melfi of the Forest, and bounce a card. So here we go. We're going to make ourselves an IP Masquerena using the carrot as well as the Ronin Toadin here. So IP Masquerena. So yeah, we pretty much have the standard IP plus Melfi Caddy stuff. I mean, we could set the evenly in case they don't clear the board. I'm going to keep it in hand because there are scenarios where they could clear it. And I don't want them to just pop it if that's the case. So here we go. We're going to go and special summon our Melfi Caddy in the end phase. Sadly, we can't make it untargetable. It is what it is. And yeah. I mean, this is not ideal, but that was just a good imperm on my opponent's part, honestly. Okay, so they are on tier limits here. We're going to go for max C. All right, so let's see what they mill with the Sharon here. Oh, they had a Shuffler. That's not good. They didn't get a tier monster in the grave, so we're lucky on that. Let's go Caddy effect. Let's grab the Penny. Melfi of the Forest. I mean, we won't get to use the effect of Melfi of the Forest again this turn, so we might as well use it. And it doesn't detach a material, just negates a monster. And here we go. We're going to make ourselves a Penny. Oh, someone just subbed. I should probably turn off alarms when I'm making a video. All right, so here we go. Special summon this. Make ourselves a Herald of the Arclight using these 2. And, you know, at this point, like, if we wanted to, I guess we might as well bounce this. Otherwise, I'm just kind of hoping my opponent bounces, like, a special summon something else. Yeah, I'm actually going to go Sprint right now. We're going to detach a material from the Nimble Beaver. And we're just going to bounce the Sharon here. Yeah, okay, there you go. That is a perfect, actually, a perfect showcase of this deck's applicability in the current meta. So I'm really happy that I got a good going first replay right there. But yeah, so that kind of is a much better showcase of how good the deck can be in the current format, I would say. We pretty much made it impossible for that tier player to play, and they actually got lucky and milled both of their shufflers, but that didn't really matter because we didn't even need the elf, honestly. Normally, I would do a replay at this point, but I feel like that last game was just a really good showcase, so I guess we could just go straight into the card by card here. Sprint is a game changer for Spright. I think Spright is a lot better now thanks to Sprint, and it was already a really good deck, but, you know, they took away a copy of blue, but either way, they buffed the deck because Sprint just adds so much gas and consistency and more ability to play through interruption. Now you just have more ways of playing, so honestly, I really am enjoying this list, and it's just good. It's just good. I basically walked through Platinum with it pretty easily, and I'm probably going to be trying a lot of different decks to get to Master rank just because there's so much stuff to cover in the coming days just with all the cards that came out in the game yesterday. But yeah, dude, I'm really excited for this stuff. Let's go through the card by card here. We've got our one of DD Crow. Comes up sometimes. It can be kind of clutch. 3 copies of Swap Frog, 1 Ronin Totem, 3 Max C. Running the 2 Nimble Angler. The reason you run 2 is, like I said earlier, you can normal summon a Nimble Beaver, and instead of special summoning from your deck another Beaver, you can special summon from your deck a copy of Nimble Angler, and then you have 1 Angler left in deck and 2 copies of Beaver. So if later in your combo you want to make a Sprint, well, you can send the 1 Angler left in your deck to the graveyard so that you can special summon your 2 other Beavers and get a nice +1 on that Sprint, you know? So that's basically it for why you want to run 2 Angler. We have the 1 copy of Melfi Caddy, 2 copies of Sprite Blue, because we can only play 2, 3 copies of Sprite Jet. I'm running the Pixies now. It's come up here and there, you know, so I kind of like having it around. Is it a must play? Not really, but having more Sprite names doesn't really hurt. You just want to get into your combo, you know, you got to get your Gigantic out or your Elf out, stuff like that. So honestly, like, having an extra Sprite name doesn't really hurt. 2 copies of Red, again, I'm just kind of trying to compensate here for losing 1 copy of Blue. So, I mean, surely I could just run one of these, like either a second Red or just 1 Pixie, but sometimes I find myself not having enough level 2s when I would just do that, so that's why I decided to add an extra copy of Red to the mix. 1 copy of Carrot, 1 copy of Penny, 3 copies of Ash Blossom, 1 Foolish Burial. This card basically does the same job as Sprint in your deck. You can go Foolish Burial, send the Angler to the grave, and then you don't even have to go into Sprint. We have our 2 Called By, of course, the 1 Crossout, 2 copies of Sprite Starter, 1 Smashers, triple Evenly, double Imperm, and the Double Cross. This card has come up for me quite a few times. If you're going first and you have a pretty good hand with your Sprite Jet, you could always just search a Double Cross, and just the ability to take control of one of your opponent's monsters, or also take 1 monster from your opponent's graveyard and equip it as a material or something like that, is really good. You can actually interrupt tier plays with Sprite Double Cross because it has kind of like a DD Crow or Bestial effect where it just grabs a card from your opponent's grave. Or also, if you're playing against a different deck, like if you're playing against Sword Soul, you can use its effect to just grab your opponent's monster and you know, equip it as material or put it under your Link 2. It's like, it's better than Change of Heart, honestly. This card's amazing, and it's searchable with Jet, so I really like it. 1 copy of Herald of the Arclight, 1 Centauria. We've got our 1 Melfi of the Forest, 1 copy of Onibimaru, double Gigantic Sprite, 1 Downerd, 1 Zeus, 1 IP Masquerena, double Elf, 1 copy of Sprint, 1 Avramax. We've got our copy of Appaloosa and our Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. If I had any like comments about this deck list, I am considering maybe removing Onibimaru for a Cat Shark. They're both really good for going second. Onibimaru has its case uses, and so does the Cat Shark, so I'm kind of conflicted on it, but I do find myself sometimes like struggling to put enough bodies on the field to go for game when I don't have Cat Shark, which I don't like, so I might end up doing that. I might also just straight up like just run 1 Gigantic, because I don't end up summoning the second Gigantic nearly as often as I used to in Sprite with this build in particular, but I'm very iffy on that idea. But yeah, I definitely might remove a card in here just for the Cat Shark. So guys, if you want to play Cat Shark, I'm not against the idea. I think this is a really good card. It's really hard for me to decide between these two because I like both of them a lot. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for the deck list. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like it if you did. Huge shout out to my Ultimate Conductor tier members. That would be Rapture, Bongerman for 20, Dad Dude Joey, B-Dubs, Hitter Miss JT, JQ the King. You guys are awesome. Thanks also to everyone supporting on Twitch. You, who's liking, commenting, subscribing, doing all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And peace.